What's good? This is Trey, and in this video, I want to talk about what a typical day would look like. Like if I went out in the day and my intention was to pick up women, like what it would actually look like, right? Because in your head, you may think it's supposed to look a certain way, or you're supposed to get a certain result, or whatever, and you may be wrong, right? So for me, let's say today I'm like, okay, I want to go pick up some women, right? I may go to the mall or the store or whatever, right? Basically, just go and do something and go find myself in a place where women will be, right? Maybe I'll say, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bookstore, check out some books, see if I can pick up a woman while I'm there. That the vibe is you're going somewhere to do, a normal daily thing, but you're like, you know what, let me see how my game is today. Let me see, what I'm working with today. You know what I mean? That's the vibe. So it's not too serious. It's just like you're doing your thing, but if you see a cute girl here or there, you're gonna holler, right? And you have that in your head, right? And you want to have it in your head because, you know, you want to know what your goal is, what your purpose is, so you don't like fall into some bullshit, right? Because you can go out and like the emotion or state that you're in when you're at your crib or wherever and you make the decision that you're gonna go pick up women, that emotional state is gonna change when you go out because it's different energy, it's different vibes out there, and you will be affected by it, right? Obviously, the more you work on your inner game, your character, the stronger you'll be. You'll be able to handle that. But if you're not somebody that's going out and picking up every day, your vibe will be attacked by the other vibes going on, right? And so that's why you want to know your intention before you go out, so you don't fall into some excuse, and then you fall into just the wrong vibe, the wrong just the wrong energy or whatever, and you just end up not approaching no girls. You know what I mean? So no, okay, have an idea. You know what? I'm gonna approach 5 girls today, or I'm gonna holler at 10 girls today, or 3 girls, or maybe just one. But just know, have an idea of what you're gonna do. So when the emotion comes, you're like, yo, nah, I'm not listening to the emotion. I know what I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna do it, right? And when I say emotion, I mean like the nervousness, the doubts, the excuses. Like that shit will come in your head, but you gotta know what you said you was gonna do and just do it. Like follow through, be a man, right? So typical day for me, I'll tell myself, okay, I'm gonna probably holler at 5 girls today or 10 girls or whatever it is. And then I'll go out and do that. Now, the way I go about doing it is, I know, like I said, the vibe, the state of mind I'm in when I'm at my crib is going to change when I go out, right? I may, because no one's out there picking up girls, you see what I'm saying? So you are actually kind of going against the current a little bit, right? Nobody's really like bold or courageous like that to go up to a woman and approach her. You see more of that like in a club setting or party, but as far as like regular day to day, you don't see that much. So you actually have to like muster up the courage and the energy to go do it, like push through the resistance of doing it. Especially now, like you're watching this video now, COVID-19, and people are more keeping their distance and all that shit. So everything is telling you not to do it, but you have to be, you have to have the character, the mental strength, emotional toughness, whatever you want to call it, to do it. Right? So you go out, let's say I go to the mall. I'm at the mall, you know what I mean? I'll start off by talking to anybody. Like I don't right off the bat try to go and find the goddess in the mall, or the most attractive girl in the mall. It's like, no, I'm not social. I have no social momentum going yet. You feel me? I'm not in a social mood yet. Let me go talk to some people, right? You know what I mean? If you're not going to the mall with anybody, you know, friends or nothing, then go talk to somebody. Anybody. Could be a worker. It could be somebody next to you. Just say, hey, how you doing, sir? Or how you doing, my friend? Or whatever. You know what I mean? Or you can say something indirect, like, hey, do you know where I could find this certain store or whatever? Like the whole point is just to like get in a good vibe, right? Get in a social vibe. It doesn't really matter what you're saying. You don't have to get too serious, like, oh, I gotta say a certain thing. No, just get in the vibes, right? And the goal really is to get the social momentum going. So then when you see a girl you find attractive, it's not so forced. Because if you just walking around all serious and shit, not talking to nobody, and then you see a fine girl, a girl that you think is fine, it's gonna take a lot of energy and courage to all of a sudden, okay, now I gotta get social, now I gotta be confident, now I gotta be this and that. It's too much shit. So instead of that, just start getting into good vibes. The same thing like if you're going to the club. You go to the club, you wanna like start talking to people and shit before you really think you're gonna pick up any woman. Usually it's like you don't really women don't really hook, or you don't really start getting no women like right away. It's usually like after you do approach a couple people, then you start getting the vibes, and then by the end of the night you find yourself, having some options with women. But you got to get the engine running. You talk to some people in the mall or whatever, go in the store or whatever, and you talk to the worker in the store, maybe tell them what you're looking for, whatever. Or maybe go in a clothing store and say, hey, I'm actually looking for an outfit. You have any advice? Or the whole point is just to get the vibes of being social. And then once you start getting in the vibes, you talk to a few people. That once you start seeing girls you find attractive, then you got to start going, right? You do have to push yourself to do it, because there's gonna be a little resistance there, because that's just the way it is. Her beauty is gonna trigger something in you that lets you know, okay, here she is, or what are you gonna do? But if you've already been talking, you already been in a good mood, you just transfer that good vibe to her. It's not even so much, okay, now it's time to approach. It's more about, oh, I'm chilling, oh, there goes a girl right here, okay, hey, how you doing? It's not so much like, oh, there she is, now I must approach. You can do it that way, but that way is more difficult, right? That's like trying to be a robot. It's like, nah, you don't have to be a robot. You can just be a cool social guy. Then when a girl shows up, you want to approach her, right? That's the better way to do it. Like, that's how a typical day for me, that's how I'll go about it, because it's much easier that way. Like, if I go and I put too much focus on, okay, I need to pick up a girl, where is she? Like, no, that's way more difficult. I instead of that, let me talk to a few people, you know what I mean? Getting the vibes, getting a good mood first. Because really, if you just go and you try to approach a woman and you're not in a good mood, you're going to turn her off right away, right? Because she could feel your vibe. She could feel your energy. She could feel your mindset. And you go up to her, and no matter if you have good intentions or not, if you're in a bad vibe, or you're not in a social mood, it's just going to be awkward for her, because you approach her, it's like you're creating a frame. You know what I mean? And she's supposed to, if you want like a proper man to woman frame, or a proper sexual frame or romantic frame, you're supposed to be the strength. You're supposed to be like the strength, like the foundation of the frame. You're supposed to be in control of the frame. You're supposed to lead, right? So she's following your lead. So if you walk up to her and you're awkward, or you're weak, or you're not in a good mood or whatever, how the hell is she supposed to follow that? Why would she want to follow that lead? Why would she want to be a part of that frame, a part of that vibe? You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense, right? Especially if there's another guy who's gonna have a better frame or a better vibe. Like, you gotta remember, it's a competition. So you have to, when you walk up to her, she's comparing you to all the guys, and if she's attractive, there's competition. Just best believe that, right? If she's not that attractive, then it'll be a little easier probably. But if she's attractive, there's a lot of options out there, and she's gonna feel out your vibe, and she's gonna compare it, right? So typical day for me, like I said, is just talk to different people. Then I start seeing girls I find attractive, and then I'll go up to them, right? And I'll just carry the vibe, whatever conversations I was talking about, for the most part, I'll probably just say the same exact thing to her. Like, if I've been asking people, oh, I'm actually looking for a new outfit, what's a good place to get a nice outfit for men, or whatever, something similar to what I'm wearing right now, or whatever. If that's what I've been saying all the time, I'm not gonna all of a sudden now attractive girl shows up, let me think of something else. No, the same exact thing I was saying, I'm gonna say that to her and transfer that vibe. Right? So you just kind of just get the way I go about it is I just build on the momentum, get the momentum going, And then I just use that to talk to women, right? And obviously, the more you do it, the better you get at it. You know what I mean? Easier said than done. Like your first time, you're not gonna be Rico Suave or any of those like well-known seducers or whatever. You're on your first day. If it's your first time doing it, you don't do it often. But if you go out there and you get the momentum going, it's very quickly you'll find yourself with some confidence. You'll find yourself, having some good interactions with women. All right, so hope this video was helpful. See you in the next one. Peace.